hobby and tried to make a living out of it, and got a lot of copyrighted music that was, of course, quickly stolen and used on the minstrel circuits throughout the country. But the popularity of his music has not been surpassed, because he probably, if there had been albums to sell, he would have sold 10 times as many as Elvis or the Beatles, or maybe them two combined. But the tune now is, we've not played it for you before. It's called Way Down in Cairo. It's about the guys working on a river barge on the Ohio River. And I say Cairo because it looks like Cairo is in Egypt, but if you want to get into a fist fight or a knife fight, go to southern Illinois and say Cairo, and they'll fix you up real quick in the fight, because they pronounce it Cairo. And so I'm going to go with their pronunciation. There's a tune called Way Down in Cairo, lively tune. I would like to tell you some of the words, but it's so politically incorrect nowadays that it's not even funny. Look them up on the websites and on the internet sometime. They'll tell you that it's serious, but it was the music of the time. It was the music of the era. That doesn't necessarily excuse it, but it was their normal. Like our normal today is a little different than the normal of 1860 or 1855 and so forth. Okay, Way Down in Cairo. That was a love song, by the way. There's a fellow talking about his sweetheart, waiting on him in Cairo when he's up and down the river barging. Cairo, Illinois was, by the way, a barge transport area where the Ohio River meets the Mississippi. So they would unload barges in Cairo, and those barges would take them up the river to Illinois, further up Illinois, or downriver to New Orleans. So all this, that was the changeover point for the river traffic. Okay, another tune is, I think this one's Irish too, Old Walls on the Bow. It's an old tune. It's a dance tune, and it has some wonderful love song lyrics throughout the South. It has a set of words used by the folks that wear blue uniforms back in 1860, called Lincoln and Liberty too. It's quite common to take one melody or one tune and give different sets of words for it. But we're going to do this good old Southern tune called Old Rosin the Bow. as far as I know, does not have the Southern verses. When we try to play at different events, especially when these are, like again, the Civil War Preservation Trust that involves people from all over the country, north and south, involved. So we try to play music that, for both colors of uniform. We try to be careful about some tunes. For instance, when we're in Georgia, we don't play Marching Through Georgia. Those folks get upset with that tune. And I don't know if it's because we're from a band that's centered in Tuscaloosa. It may have something to do with modern football. I don't know. But, so, you know, we don't try to rub our Georgia neighbors their nose in it. But this, we are coming, Father Abram, 300,000 more. This tune was written, Abraham Lincoln, about the middle of the war, around 1863 sometime. I don't remember the month. They had a call for more volunteers, 300,000 volunteers, because the Union Army was not doing very well at the time. And so he called out for 300,000 more volunteers. Well, within 2 or 3 weeks, several people had written tunes to it. One of them was Stephen Foster, and this is what the version that we're going to play is the Foster version, and it's it sort of fits in with it. It's a lively Foster tune, and because like I said, Foster was from Pennsylvania, so he had northern leanings anyway. But we are coming, Father Abram, 300,000 more. It's not a Stephen Foster tune, but it's another Southern tune. And it's in reference right here. People in Yankees call them peanuts. Most of us Southern folks call them goobers or goober peas. We'll get into all kinds of history if we start talking about the boll weevil famine and boll weevil attacking all the cotton in South Alabama, and then the farmers switching to peanuts and making a lot of money. But our resident vocalist and band president, Harry Jackson, is going to lead you a little bit, and we'll play along with the music for Google P. Harry, the floor is yours.
Before I sing, I wanted to say something and acknowledge someone. Fairly recently, we were able to inherit some money from a lady that lived in California that had her roots in Tuscaloosa. And we would not have been able to do it without losing most of it if we hadn't had the help from David Allen, who was the commander of the SCV camp at the time, and the national chapter of the SCV, because we are kind of under their umbrella. Thank you, I appreciate it. The other thing is, when we get through today, we would like for each one of you to pick out whatever CD that we do that you want. It's free from us. So get your choice of one of four. And with that being said, are y'all ready? Y'all ready for this?
You need to give me words.
Yeah. Oh, okay, we'll do that, yeah. I'm sorry. This is one. Yeah, the CDs are back here. But we want y'all to participate with this one because when it gets to the chorus, y'all can all join in. And it's peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. So please join us when we get to that part of it, y'all. Now?
Okay, everybody gets it. What's up? One,
Jennifer Clay.
towards the end. Most popular musician in the country. Camptown Racetrack and Ring the Banjo. It's sort of a combination of the two tunes. This is one of those real good toe-tapping tunes. Minstrel shows. It was they didn't have TV back then, didn't have HBO, so they had to have someone. Everybody had to pay money to go see the minstrel shows. A lot of dancing, a lot of singing, and that's where the musical money was. So, Camptown Racetrack, Ring the Banjo.
3, 4. About the Confederates and the Union Army. What about the Confederate Union Navy? Well, most of the naval music, or music that was used aboard Navy ships, came from the British Navy, which, until, I guess, the end of World War I, was supposed to be the largest and the best and the finest naval fleet in the world. Until World War II came along and we explained it to them a little differently, and that the U.S. Navy was pretty good too. Anyway, the seafaring songs were all British. One exception. The earliest that can be found is on American sailing ships back in the 1830s, and was quite popular aboard naval ships in both blue or gray. But it's also one of those things that the title. What do you do with a drunken sailor? That's what it is. That was our Navy. Blue or gray. Now, popular tune called What Do We Do with a Drunken Sailor? I'll count it off. Goes by pretty quick. Ready? 1, 2, 3. This is not a Stephen Foster tune. It's sort of what they call a Kentucky tune. And occasionally we play in small groups, and this one's going to be a small group that plays this one. It's not going to be the entire band. And it's just a little short melody
the brass harmony called My Old Kentucky Home. No introduction. Okay, our next tune, we're going to change from out of the Civil War era to a little more modern. And I don't know if some of you noticed that I'm doing double duty today, playing and our group is fairly small. We have one member that's in the hospital today, right now. We don't know that she will ever leave the hospital. So, if there's any of you that know or someone who plays a band instrument, or know of one, or yourself like to play, we don't mind. At one time when I first joined in, man, we were amongst the youngest people in it. So we've got a few people younger than us now. So they're not all old fogies like me. But if you have somebody, be sure to get in touch with us, or get in touch with Harry, have them give us a call, and we'd be glad to let them sit in for a rehearsal and see if they would fit in with us. We sure would appreciate it, because we're beginning to shrink a little bit, but we're going to, it's something that we have to address. That the whole Civil War reenactment scene has also been shrinking a lot in terms of membership. And I think those of you that are active in the groups, you know that.
I have a word to say. 20 years out of high school, I took my word. So if you've ever played, it'll come back just like riding music. You don't have to be currently playing, we'll help you.
And what she says is absolutely true. Those of you that have ever played before, the muscles in your mouth or the muscles in your fingers don't forget. Now, they may be a little on the weak side and out of shape, like I am, but these muscles will remember what you learned in the 7th grade or the 10th grade or the whatever grade that you did in our college, you played in the college band. You will remember. It will take a few days, a few short weeks to get your strength of the muscles back here and here. All right, our next, really the 4 selections are patriotic for the most part in forms. We're going to start with something that people nowadays sometimes don't seem to realize. I know in the South we seem to take a pretty good appreciation of it, but there are parts of the country that do not. They don't seem to understand the music tune called America the Beautiful. And we'll follow it with God Bless America. And if you feel froggy, please feel free to join in and sing. We will do America the Beautiful. It's not very long. And then God Bless America. You know? And make sure everybody's got the right tune up. Okay. Exactly. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna play two tunes left. And we almost invariably close our performances with Dixie. So that's gonna be one of them. But we're gonna play one more just in front of it that sort of leads into it. It's called Are You from Dixie? Why not? We don't invite Yankees to come down and convert. That's okay. We don't mind. We'll show them the bright path. But Are You from Dixie? And then we're followed by Dixie. And that's all we're going to play today. I think we need to have a blessing of someone. There he comes. Bless our food before we partake. And don't forget about the CDs, one or the other of whatever kind. And then if you think of any band members or any people that might like to play with us, let us know.
We're going to have a blessing before we eat. And so if I could get us all to bow our heads in prayer, please. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for all eternity to come,